How are you wajumbe? Poleni na testi zinazoendelea, but I know you are strong enough to handle the pressure and to pass those tests and all the other exams. Congrats. I believe in you. I believe in you. My name is Frank Mwakembe. We're going to be together when studying, discussing this course, Introduction to Mine Environment, GM 6302. We've not been able to meet recently because I'm busy with some other thing. I also study, so elimu haina mwisho. But let me take you through the general introduction, especially why we study mine environment. Why do we have to be introduced at your level to the mine environment? Okay, get ready. Mining projects. Now, why do we need to be introduced to mine environment? Because mining and its associated activities, mining and projects and all the activities involved, they impact social and environmental systems. They impact social and environmental systems. How do they impact? Positively and negatively, directly and indirectly. Let's see. Positively, how? The laptop I'm using now, your mobile phones, the materials we need for construction, for technological advancement, electricity, that is mining. Building materials, that's mining. So, in improving our daily lives, we need resources and materials which are obtained from mining. All right. Wherever there are mining projects, we can observe some positive changes, especially when it comes, let's say, financial gains. Financial gains, that means in terms of tax and revenue, royalties to the government, right? And we might observe some improvement in social services and people's livelihoods through employment. The social services get improved in some areas, especially also areas where major mining projects are being carried out. There are some positive, those are the positive impacts of mining, apart from whatever resources and material we get from mining, which are used in our improving our daily lives. So yes, education provision as a social services is most of the time improved in some areas where mining projects are being carried out. Access to healthcare, especially to those, especially to people or communities in vicinity or close to the mining projects. The local businesses improves because they are mining projects. So yes, we have positive, especially economic through government participation. Sometimes the government have shares in the companies, and so that's why we talk about the royalties, we talk about the taxation, which in the end, the government decides on how to distribute that wealth to different regions or to the communities or the society. Okay, so there are some positive impacts without which mining will not be necessary then. All right. What about the negative impacts? Let's say we have some of the list here, like deforestation. Deforestation, that's a negative impact. Erosion, maybe soil erosion. Not only that, but contamination of the soil. How can soil be contaminated? By mining activities, including processing of minerals thereafter. Now, contamination of local streams. We have heard cases. Have you had cases of contamination in rivers? Alteration of soil profiles. Yes, the soil profile changes because of mining. There are dusts and emissions, various emissions. Even in any industrial projects, there are emissions. But for mining, dust is a serious issue. The noise and vibrations the noise level increases and the vibrations from blasting and other activities. So not only that, those ones are like the ones I'm mentioning, but we have also other sociological impacts which are negative, because this mining affects the environmental and the social systems. Because there are migrations, those who seek employment in mining, whether it's small scale or large scale, and naturally the social system changes. The production means of that society which used to live there before also might change, because now more of them might be depending on mining activities and other activities which are the result of the migration of people to those mining areas. Normally there are diseases which increase in a particular social, the spread of diseases increase in those particular areas. So just think of what sociological impacts are observed in mining areas, the negative and the positive. So we know why do we mine? We need those resources, and the companies or the individuals need to make profit. But then the costs of mining are incurred by the people or the community and the environment. Okay? So we have a responsibility of balancing this. We have a responsibility of making sure that we carry out mining to gain the highest possible profit or gains, but at the lowest possible social and environmental costs. Okay? That's why we study this course. Okay? Now, how do we go about carrying that responsibility? That's where different countries set rules and regulations. Eh? Rules and regulations when it comes to mining procedures. We have to set rules and regulations regarding the environment, the environmental and social impacts. You cannot just let people, whether small scale or large scale, just mine however they want, because without regulations, some people will just go for profit. The profit which we're talking about, just economics, I mean the financial gains, and actually may not care about the effect of the to the individuals, to the natural environment. So that's why the government sets different governments set different rules according to them, to how they see fit. Actually, the rules might not be the same in different countries. It might not be the same, but they have a lot in common, because without those rules, let me remind you one thing. We say most of the individuals think that they just measure the gains from mining by only in terms of finance, in terms of what the government gains from the mining projects. But after a while, there's this thing called resource costs. So I'm not going to go deep into resource costs, but Wajumbe, make sure you at least look for resource costs, either on YouTube or search even Google. You get idea of what we say resource costs. That has happened, so we take precautions. That's why we have to do this.